What up? It's Natasha from the JP Morning Show, and I have a special guest with me today, Fedde le Grand. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Welcome to Revolution 935. I heard that it's not your first time here, right? You had come, I think, like a few years ago, or
Yeah, I've been here 2 years ago, but I just understood because I didn't recognize the space.
Yeah, I think
did
we were on the fourth floor
yeah,
before,
exactly.
right?
So yeah, I was confused, but I was here like 2 years ago. Yeah.
All right. Well, welcome back.
Thank
and I just, I want you to tell us a little bit about your background, where you were from, born and raised, and kind of like what got you into music, who some of your early influences are.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Take us back.
Yeah. I'm originally from Holland.
Okay.
To be honest, as far as I can remember, I've always been interested in music. I think, I don't know, I was probably 13, 14 years old or something.
Right.
And I started to mess around on my computer a little bit. Nothing serious yet. But then, slowly it got better. And, but I couldn't get my record signed anywhere.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Nobody liked anything.
Okay.
I did, which was a little disappointed. But, I was so convinced of my music and actually together with a friend of mine. So we decided to start our own label.
All right.
And I mean, like, even for even like Detroit, like when I sent it out, like nobody was interested. Like,
Wow,
nobody.
interesting. Okay.
Yeah, we sent it like to back then to like Defected and Spinning, and they were like, no, not our cup of tea. Like no, thank you.
Interesting.
Yeah. So and that
This was around like 2006 time, or
a
was
little
it before that?
earlier, like
a little earlier. Okay.
like 5, I think, between 4
Okay.
and 5,
Uh-huh.
and so yeah, but we just decided to do it ourselves, and
Right.
so we started our own label, and I don't know, I like sometimes things kind of come together because first of all, like it was not my first release, it was the third release on the label,
Right.
but we didn't have any, basically we didn't know anything about. I mean, back then this was still when you had to go press your records.
Yes, exactly.
Put the stickers on yourself and
Right,
stuff like that.
yes.
And you were already happy if you would sell like 500 or something.
Of course.
But we had no distribution, or not some official record distribution. But my friend who I started the label with, he knew someone that distributed porn.
All right.
actually.
Okay.
So
That's
these guys were willing to distribute our records, which in the end kind of helped because all the record stores were like, okay, where's this coming
But
from?
so what was the link with? Did they link anything with the porn, or was it just they were just distributing that way?
Yeah,
Okay.
and like, but for all the record labels, it was like really weird. It's like where does this come from?
That's funny.
Why? But that kind of like I don't know. I that kind of helped making the label more interesting.
Right.
And
Can you tell us the name of your label? I don't think you mentioned it earlier.
No. I mean, the first I have a different label now, but the first label
Okay.
I started back then was called Flamingo Recordings.
All right.
And we did all our first releases, and everything kind of like sold out right away. And
Yes,
then
yes.
I think like a year in or something,
Uh-huh.
I came up with Detroit, which I actually wanted to be a B-side because
All right.
wasn't I myself wasn't even really convinced of the track.
Yes. yes.
But thank God my partner put it on the A side.
Wait, you made a track that you weren't even convinced of
Well,
at
no,
first?
I
Or
was,
you were
but
discouraged a little bit because of...
no, yeah, because nobody got it, nobody understood it, and
So what flipped the switch? So you got it distributed, and then what really like turned people on to that?
I mean, to be honest, just when I started playing it out, it was just like the reactions right away were just so.
And was this this in Holland, or was it in the U.S., or
no,
where
this
was it?
this was still in Holland. So
Okay.
And then it got picked up by like a small label in the UK called CR2. They're still around actually. And then CR2 licensed it again to Ministry of Sound,
Okay.
which is and was like a big independent. And from there, it kind of like got all over the world.
Awesome.
So it actually, the funny thing is like for most people it's 2006, but it got released in 2005 already. But it just took that
It took
long.
off. Yeah, it took off in 2006
to get there. Yeah.
And so that transition. So getting to the U.S., like what switched? So you came here. Like what blew up here from Europe, or like what's your take on the U.S. now as far as like touring here and like coming here? Because it seems like it all was kind of
so much has changed,
Right.
like in a relatively short time span. If I compare it to Europe, we had like decades to get from A to B, and
Of
like
course.
here was sort of like not even 10 years, I think, right now. I mean, like taking the whole story dance music originates from here, actually.
Yes.
But it kind of got like left behind, sort of. So,
Yeah.
And, but it got huge support in Europe.
Yeah, it got adopted there
Yeah.
and kind of
Yeah.
exploded even more.
So,
Exactly.
but besides that, I think Detroit really helped, and also Let Me Think About It. But I remember with Let Me Think About It, we deliberately labeled it as indie pop, not as dance music.
Okay.
Because back then it was like, as soon as you label something dance, like it wouldn't get any radio play except from like a dance station or something.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, because people just had.
I'm like, you're making me cry. Sorry, I don't know. My eyes started watering and it won't stop. I'm like, you're making me cry.
It's not a sad story. It's not a sad story.
No. And so you had an amazing set at Ultra last year. I know that you were posting about it just recently. And like, what is there something that we could look forward to in 2020? You have anything coming up that you want to talk about?
Yeah, I mean, like I've been in the studio a lot actually, and there were a few things pending for a while, but that I don't know. Sometimes everything kind of comes together and finally finds its way. So I'm doing a record with Afrojack that's coming up.
Nice. Okay. Congratulations.
Thanks. And doing a record with W&W and Dimitri Vegas and Like Mike,
which you've collaborated with before.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And but this is a new one, and so those are the two collabs coming up pretty soon.
Right.
Then I have a solo record called Dancing Shoes.
All right, cool.
That's that's the one that's out the soonest, I guess. And I just did a remix for Charlie Puth, which is awesome.
Yes,
amazing artist, by the way. But
yes, we play him here all the time.
awesome. And I think for the first, like 8 months or so, I think I'm already set for the next year. So which
awesome.
is good. So like lots of new music.
Yes, we're definitely looking forward to it. And I wanted to play a quick game with you before we wrap up. So I'm gonna just kind of throw some questions at you really quick, and then just answer the first thing that comes to mind. Okay. Oh my gosh,
I'm really bad at this.
Just whatever comes to mind. If it's a weird answer, we'll go with it.
Okay.
All right. How many languages do you speak?
3.
What languages?
German, Dutch, English.
All right. And what's your favorite city that you visited?
Dubrovnik.
Say it again.
Dubrovnik. Yeah,
okay.
It's in Croatia.
And your favorite food? One of. Something you can't live without.
I've been vegan since a year, so it switched a little bit. I think my vegan pancakes.
Okay.
Yeah.
You got to give us the recipe later.
Okay.
What's your favorite drink?
Like liquor?
Anything.
If it's liquor, it's just straight up vodka.
All right. And dream collab that you haven't done yet?
I would love to do something with Bruno Mars.
Oh, I like that. All right, cool. Single or taken?
Taken.
Thank you so much for answering all of our questions and visiting Revolution 935.